Welcome to The Path, a video and podcast series about how successful entrepreneurs navigate the world of venture capital to scale rapidly. So join us as we welcome founders of successful businesses to share their experiences and insights. Also, you can learn as well on how to become that successful. This episode, I'm excited to welcome Andrew McLeod, founder and C3O of Certn, a leader in human risk intelligence solutions. Organizations around the world are looking to Certn as a solution for fast and reliable and compliant background screening solutions, all for what Certn has dubbed as accelerating the global trust economy. So come with me on this path because we're going to learn a lot about what the trust economy is and the journey that Andrew's taken. Andrew, welcome, and please take a moment to introduce yourself.
Thanks for having me. Gup, as mentioned, my name is Andrew McLeod. I'm the C3O and CEO here at Certn, and I had the privilege of starting this company with my two best friends.
Fantastic. So, Andrew, first question, C3O, how did that turn out?
So when we started the company, we really wanted to focus on culture first. I mean, we're a business that revolves around people and trust. And when we set out to create the business, we didn't want to have a CEO of a 3-person company, which quickly became a 7-person company, but still we didn't see the need to have a CEO. And we wanted to make decisions together.
You talk about then this concept of a trust economy. So do you want to kind of expand on what that means and where it's going?
Well, the big concept around the trust economy is more relevant now than it ever has been before, because a lot of times we're not meeting the contractors or people that we're doing business with. So instead of looking for what you might see as negative in a person, it's a lot easier to build the trust and to tick that box early on. And we want to make that process totally frictionless. You know, the same way that a venture capitalist invests in a startup, it's the same when you hire your employee. You know, the venture capital process is a little bit more uncomfortable and a little bit longer, but if we can speed up the process for helping our clients, our partners hire, that was a really important factor in the trust economy. And, you know, gigs playing into that. There are so many industries that require trust to operate, and we facilitate that.
Yeah. Well, apologies on behalf of VCs and making our part uncomfortable. We'll try and smooth that out. But what's a special sauce that's made you folks so successful so far?
Trust is two ways. So one of the reasons why we have become so successful is that we make the process for the candidate transparent, and they're not bombarded with hundreds of pages of legal disclaimers, giving up their first child or, you know, what have you. And we make the process really easy. So there's no paperwork to fill out. It's a simple form. In less than a minute, you can give your consents and know exactly what the employer is going to be looking at, for example. And that's where trust goes both ways.
You've talked about, landlords and tenants and now employment as well. So is that a large part of your business and is that growing into other sort of verticals?
So trust is everywhere. We started in the property management vertical because that's where we knew we had the most connections, and we wanted to get to revenue as quickly as possible, and we wanted to get proof of concept as quickly as we could. We were fortunate to have another startup prior that was quite successful, that we had a lot of connections in the property management industry. And believe it or not, we had clients before we ever had a product. We literally had people lining up to say, we'll give you money if you can do this. This is a massive problem. So that's where we started.
You know, a massively successful organization, Canadian grown, I think you're one of the leading lights in Canada. Would that be about right?
Yep. We're by far the fastest growing and soon to be the largest in Canada and hopefully the world. You know, this is a global problem. Today, we're able to screen candidates in almost every country in the world.
Two questions there. One is, are you making sure that the team that you have has a global view? But then also, how do you just ensure that culture of three good friends, is sort of just, embedded across your team wherever they are in the world?
The big thing is attracting the talent that believes in our core values. And we're very upfront with the things that we believe in. And that attracts a certain group of people. Certain people, no pun intended, that want a place to work that it's fun, it's friendly, but it's also intense. I like to think of it as, my my university or college rugby team. We went through some really hard times. We worked really, really hard, but man, did we have a good time.
Yeah, good on you. And it seems that you also need a sense of humor with quips like that, yeah?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we work in a very serious industry that is ripe for disruption, but at the same time, it needs to be humanized. We need real people to be here, to be building it.
How is your tech helping an organization in Australia wanting to hire the best people wherever they are in the world, or vice versa?
That's a really great question. Our tech is really breaking down barriers and making it fast and accessible to get information quickly about consenting individuals. So when you're hiring that first person in Australia or the UK or Ireland or India or Iran, wherever you might be hiring, we're able to break down those barriers and give our clients access to a global talent pool that they might not have been able to build trust with in the past. It doesn't matter whether you're Airbnb or Commonwealth Bank of Australia, you could be a startup and looking to hire someone in any country in the world. I met a startup the other day. There's 4 co-founders. They live in 4 different countries. They're going to be hiring individuals in a number of different countries because we're all remote now, and Certn enables you to build trust with those people regardless of where they live.
So basically, using technology just to get to the speed of truth equals trust and transparency.
Exactly.
Pretty cool. Andrew, thanks a lot for your time as well. Really, really appreciate the discussion and the journey and the path that you've been on. And it looks super exciting on how you're growing. For everyone else, thank you very much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed this, please share this with anyone else that you think would kind of learn from this as well. Because I think Andrew and the team have got a huge and exciting journey and learnings associated with, how they started the business. No one always have cash, and so you do have to go to his family and friends sometimes. But, driving towards having a customer fit and a customer solution first is certainly quite important in that journey too. So everyone, take care. Cheers.